So the myth that me, Harrison, and Derek are doing is the San Antonio Ghost Tracks.
The San Antonio Ghost Tracks is believed to be a bus of unfortunate children crossing train tracks in San Antonio, being hit, brutally murdered, and then having the little children come back to life as little ghosts and push your car across the train tracks to safety so you don't become one of the unfortunate children like they were and die a brutally bad, bloody death.
Another website we found was Kens5.com that had very similar information about the kids being murdered on the railroad tracks by the train. And the kids are supposedly pushing your car away from the railroad tracks to save your life.
I've actually experienced the ghost tracks firsthand. I've been there. It actually is an optical illusion. It looks like you're actually going uphill, but when in fact you're actually going downhill, and it's a 2-foot decline. The rumors say that the kids were killed in a train accident when they were on their school bus in the early 1970s, but it's false. It actually happened in a different state, and like I said, I just experienced this firsthand.
All right, Pete, so I know you crunched some numbers. We have a report. What did we find out?
We have an answer for you, Chuck. It falls 2 feet.
So this is actually a 2-foot downgrade.
There's a 2-foot drop between where we're standing and the center of the tracks.
But it looks like it's going uphill.
It does. It's optically deceiving, but it does drop according to the numbers, and the proof is in the pudding.
Okay, you got a water bottle here.
And we'll have a water bottle. We'll give it a little shot.
And it's indeed, I mean, that's gravity right there.
That's gravity.
In this case, what looks like it goes up actually goes down.
It does.
So, fantastic phenomenons, logical explanations. Which got me to thinking, how do these stories get started in the first place? I'm on my way to see local historian Dosha Williams. She was the first one to write about these ghost tracks.
There was a railroad crossing in Salt Lake City, Utah, where a tragedy happened during a snowstorm. But for some reason, it was transposed into San Antonio, and that's the story you hear about the haunted tracks in San Antonio. But there was never such an accident that happened here in our city.
So the headlines in the San Antonio papers of a tragedy that happened in Salt Lake City confused some people into thinking that it happened here? That's pretty crazy. But then what about the nearby streets named after the victims?
Mr. McCreelis, who built McCreelis Heights, a subdivision there very close to those tracks and that crossing, named the streets after his grandchildren.
And remember the eerie cries of the kids people heard at the tracks? Dosha does.
Oh, oh, oh.
I bet she has an explanation for that, too.
There's a man that owns a peacock farm just a very short distance from this railroad track. And the peacocks go out every afternoon to get their daily supply of bird seed.
Well, I think I've heard enough.
Oh, my God!
All the evidence seems to prove that the haunted tracks aren't haunted at all. Hani says the videos aren't tampered with.
This is not a doctored video.
Then, after I experienced this phenomenon for myself, wow! Whoa! A fingerprint expert found no ghost prints. They certainly aren't ghost children prints.
These aren't, no.
Yeah. And a team of surveyors calculated that the road actually goes downhill.
There's a 2-foot drop between where we're standing and the center of the tracks.
Next, I found out that the children's cries were really peacocks. And a local historian confirms that the deadly accident that started it all happened in another state. So while these videos at the tracks are real, it seems the ghosts are not.
Her foot's not on the pedal.
But don't take my word for it. Go to San Antonio and see for yourself.
Holy, we're going uphill.